two openings. So, there you go. And if you're human and you talk to him with a ring of whispers, Tark's summon sign is here actually, but you don't.
He was fighting.
He probably fighting the lion tribe, or actually he may have aggroed those mist guys. They probably chased pretty far.
Help me.
Help me. Be wary of teal, be wary of sorcerer.
What? Someone actually giving a useful tip?
That's pretty much all you need to know, actually. I'd top off first, yeah.
First, magic barrier.
Yep.
Then actually, I'll go ahead and use the.
Yeah, you probably won't have a good chance.
Yeah.
You'll have one good chance in the middle of the fight, probably, but.
Which means that I keep my one heal. Okay, I'll keep my magic barrier good to go. I'll probably use that immediately in the fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Summon site has disappeared. What?
Surprise, surprise. Wasn't very sporting.
Yeah, I was expecting a cutscene.
Yep. All right, we are up against Scorpionus Najka. I remember there was one of those like fan Forcoma things that came up pretty early in Dark Souls 2, and it was I think I showed it to you. It was like somebody like passing a note to Quaylog saying like we need you for that next game. So she hops off the spider and sits on a scorpion.
I could actually see that.
It's like, yeah. The gimmick with Najka is that just like Quaylog, the torso part takes more. Basically, her body takes more damage.
Whoa!
And, yeah, I've never seen her cast them all at once. Wow.
Lucky me, I guess.
Yeah,
I cannot dodge that for the life of me.
at least you've got magic barrier going. And that's usually your best chance to attack in melee. It's when she has the stingers down. You can actually target them directly and break them, but then she'll stop doing that attack, which would obviously be bad news.
Well, I'm going to stay right here for now.
Exactly, and your instincts are good. If you might guess that the only place she can't burst through is the one with stone on the ground, that's your hint, right?
I've been playing video games for a while. I know the score.
Oh, nice. Alright, everybody, make your favorite joke about weakness thrust on female villains here. Hardy har.
Yeah, one person actually did that.
Oh, a hero with a Najka?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that, yeah. It must be true.
It was a Tri-Thrust.
Okay, yeah, it must be true. I mean, just even jokes
Ow.
aside, because, yeah, that's doing a lot of damage. Interesting. Yeah, a little changing the pattern up there. Oh, what the heck was that? I think
did I destroy? Yeah,
yeah, you destroyed a tail.
And then I destroyed
And then
her.
you destroyed her.
Yes.
You,
Well, that was surprisingly easy.
yeah, you did really well. I died like 4 or 5 times my first try against her. So.
When in doubt, just continue stabbing in the face. Okay, how do we get up there?
Yeah, that is only a couple of flame butterflies, so you wouldn't worry about it anyway. What happens is that when she dives, basically 2 attacks, either the big tail swing, which you didn't get to see, lucky you, or the when she dives out of the ground. Either one of those destroys the trees.
I see.
And,
So
yeah,
basically, if you don't have her destroy that, you can't.
you
Get
you can't ever get it right.
You would think you would be able to like burn it or break it down or something.
Right, or use some of your own high impact stuff, but. Hey, Pyre. Overall, Dark Souls 2, not terribly hard after you get past the first part.
Oh, so lucky me! I jumped right in at the hard part.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that to an extent. That
Be very right and true.
and that's the case with a lot of RPGs. Actually, is that the hardest parts are early when your options are more limited. You know, you have to deal with the expectations the game throws at you, and you only have so many ways of dealing with it. Whereas, yeah, in Dark Souls 2, once you get past that,
Try dashing through and then keep moving.
once you get access to all the Titanite to get a plus 10 weapon, once you can grind, it gets a lot easier.
Huh. Doesn't seem like there was any reason to do that.
Big difficulty seems to be around Ruined Sentinels. Yeah, if you weren't
Ruined Sentinels!
Yeah, that's going to give Ben some PTSD. He was at those.
You can't see me shaking like my controller.
Yeah, we spent about 40 minutes fighting them the first time, and then it took us.
Is there no bonfire around here?
It's straight ahead, on the lower level, past the elephant guy. You got lightning spears, and he's in the water. He'll probably be fine. Just play it safe, and if enemies in water will take less damage from fire and more damage from lightning. It's kind of neat.
So it's the Bioshock thing.
Yeah.
Just view above.
Weakness, happiness. Huh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with gorgeous, but yeah, you just go straight through that lower level there, and
oh dear,
into the grotto, and there's a bonfire there.
Okay, I have no.
You got nothing. Are you a bad enough dude to take on a tiny man with a giant hammer and an even bigger shield?
If he doesn't attack me, yes.
Yep. I always thought that was a bug, but they never fixed it. And yeah, the Gyrim often don't block when they approach, even though they have their great shields out. It's the darndest thing.
Only they had learned Goblin Wheel and Goblin Deal. It's really deep water.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bonfire lit. Seriously, though, those ruined sentinels.
Ruined by the sentinels.
I do, however, feel at least a little better that I was the one, I think, that defeated them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just by changing my strategy a little bit.
Yeah, you did
So
good.
I'm guessing this is the way I need to go.
This is a way you need to go. But this area is kind of unique in that the boss is actually optional, whereas there isn't.
I can't dodge in here.
Whereas there isn't an actual boss of the zone properly. You just leave and go on to the next one.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, and there are two bosses in the last part. So yeah, it's weird how they handle it.
But for now, I'm going to go ahead and go back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And since there's enough water in here, I'm going to get rid of Emit Force and replace it with another lightning speed.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, always be thinking ahead of the of your options when you go to a new area.
Which means that I'm likely going to, never be in another watery part again.
Kind of weird to see all those bloodstains around. There used to be a treasure chest right outside the door to the left where that bonfire is.
But considering how much damage that guy does, I can actually see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Zane.
Hey, Zane.
We're not doing too bad. How about you?
I am not being destroyed by ruined sentinels, so I'm feeling fantastic.
Yeah, Pyre kind of gave him some PTSD, I think.
Okay, but I don't actually need the torch, so let's not do that.
My zone asked, what's the difference between Dark Souls 1 and 2? Considering buying 2, but so many bad comments from websites. Okay.
Is that an enemy?
Yes. Yeah, you can just walk up and backstab them. Here's the thing. I do prefer Dark Souls 1 over Dark Souls 2, but they both have their pros and cons.
Is that a mimic?
I don't think so.
The lid looked like it.
You can shield bash it and find out.
Oh, true. That's
L2. Nope, you're good.
Okay. Because it looked like there were teeth on the hinge, but
might just be the lighting effects on there.
The amazing lighting effects of Dark Souls 2 is called the first sin.
But yeah, basically, a lot of people didn't like Dark Souls 2 as much because it is markedly different from 1. The tempo of combat is different. It's much more focused on precision timing on your dodges and evading and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't like that. And like Zane said, yeah, I would probably say it's the worst of the 3 I've played, which of course Demons, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2. But I do still like it. Obviously, if we didn't, then we wouldn't be playing it. And now that it's gotten cheaper and Scholar of the First Sin version packaging all the DLC in, if you're ever thinking about getting it, now probably is the time. And you can play with us.
They mentioned a wheel, but I'm guessing that's not
this. This is Govlan's final area if we run into him twice.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he Well, it was where he was. It might be different now.
Wah!
Yeah, I love how they make you think they're going to fly right at you, but they don't actually go. They go about as far as you'd think a admittedly burly man, but still, a guy throwing a giant axe would go.
Well, now what's he gonna do?
Actually, if you get up to him and block, it's pretty great. Yup.
Huh. I can't hate this guy.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yep.
I hate that I have to kill him, but
Yeah, the Grim are great. The only regret is you can't get as big a beard as they have to properly maximize your dwarven cosplay.
raw for torch.
Yeah, which I don't think you'll need, but
Oh, how do I, that reminds me that I want the...
you want the decapitate. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It looks like they moved the lizard a little further ahead. He used to be right outside that room.
Oh, what? Arg!
Yeah, I guess they moved him forward to make him easier to kill.
Of course they did. Totes easier to kill.
Oh, yes. Well,
I feel like a moron now.
if the game had interpreted the jumping attack as a roll and sent you cartwheeling, that would have been fine.
I like the idea of the lizard just kind of staring in utter bemusement as Turpin like completely rolls around.
Right.
And
Yep. And the dueling opinions there. Pyre, the main thing about Dark Souls 2 is the lighting is bad. And Vex, the main thing about Dark Souls 2 is iframes are yeah. Okay, yes, I agree with on both of those. Scholar is much better about lighting. Oh, and actually, yeah, my zone. If you were so their comments, if you're seeing them from back in like when the game first dropped in 2014, a lot of people were really upset about it because it was so watered down from the promotional materials. It's like they had like in the network test and the preliminary stuff. It's like the lighting engine looked amazing. And it's like, oh wait, we're doing this on PS3 and 360. We can't actually make it look this good, in play. And a lot of people felt betrayed, and rightfully so. So yeah, none of these guys are talking about lighting. That reminds me that yeah. And yeah, Vex is saying the iframe shouldn't be stat controlled, and I absolutely agree with that. I hate the adaptability change. It's basically an attribute tax to play. Yeah, it's like the game demanding you buy into something that should be more skill based. Now, granted, I also agree with Pyre that the invincibility frames are the whole thing of where an enemy charges you and you can roll toward him, timing the invincibility such that you just happen to it just happens to not count. Yeah, I'd much prefer that, like if rolling and stuff like that carried you further, but you actually had to get away from attacks, and they kind of factor that in. But yeah, Dark Souls 2 completely overhauled defense, and almost all for the worse, I think. With yeah, exactly. You should avoid attacks by avoiding them, and not by just being invincible. Right? Yeah, exactly. And,
oh, don't look at me. I'm actually playing the game.
Zane does point out no iframes at all can make a game bad, but you could still balance that around having grace period invincibility, whether that's like hard coded like Mega Man or soft coded by the game like Resident Evil 4. There's a Lorax call. Yeah, I mean there are ways of handling that without having the whole thing of just having to roll at the right time. You take no damage from a big attack.
I will have to agree with Zane, though. Yeah, for games like this in particular, you kind of need invincibility frames of some sort.
Yeah. And the Souls games are set up the way they are with magic attacks and projectile attacks and stuff like that. There's no good way of dealing with them besides having.
There's no horse.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's about.
Anyway, you were saying?
Pyre says he likes the rolling and sidestepping of Bloodborne, which does have invincibility frames too, but not as much if I remember right. And of course, I haven't played Bloodborne yet.
I'm also getting really paranoid about falling into something and dying.
No chance of that here. There's no death
I
wall.
also feel a little duped because I thought those were glowing magic items, and then no, they're actually just
Yeah,
waterfalls.
yeah. Lorax, we took your name in vain. No, just like I mentioned that the game could set it up so that there's unofficial invincibility of enemies simply don't attack you for a certain amount of time after you've been hit by something else. That's basically how RE4 does it. Like all the enemies back away from you and stuff like that. And there are some exceptions. Like if somebody's throwing dynamite at you while you just happen to be in recovery frame and you die, well, sucks to be you. But the game doesn't deliberately do that.
Whereas I will always remember playing as Hunk in the Mercenaries and basically neck snapping my way through
Through grenades yeah,
through Beta Sister attacks, basically through everything.
right.
So yeah, there can be instances of silliness for invincibility frames, even with that.
That's a thought too. Pyre said if you're going to do something like that, do it with parrying. Yeah,
Parrying, parrying.
yeah. If there was like a button you could press to have like a defensive mode where it's and yeah, you could kind of like
Twisted Barricade.
you could do more with parrying and blocking. And the part of the thing though is you'd have to overhaul defense in general, and none of the Souls games have been good about that. Like
Oof,
like
I was not expecting to trade that.
like Demon Souls is one of it's very tricky because the dodge frames are kind of inconsistent with the animation, and armor is really weak. And then Dark Souls 1 armor is really good to the point that your first time through the game it's viable to face tank almost everything. You just put on Havel's armor and just walk through the Four Kings attacks, and you can totally do that. And then Dark Souls 2 swings the pendulum back with armor being really bad, and rolling being the way to go. Blocking usually works too. Yeah, the Gurm are normally a joke, but when they're on their game, they're pretty dangerous. They
Well,
can't
he's
climb.
officially not my problem anymore.
Yeah, they can't climb
so-
ladders. So
And I don't think his vertical clearance is going to be enough to be a threat. So
and likewise, Vex countering with parrying the huge enemies feels weird. And yeah, that is true. I mean, the Souls games wouldn't feel like Souls games if you didn't have to fight giant
I do
dragons.
not want to fight him. What on earth?
Yeah, I don't think he'll attack the treasure chest.
No, I mean, why did he attack the wall?
You see, there is a to his right, about an inch on the screen. It's like a little
Oh, there's
square.
something on the
Yeah, he activated a trap.
Oh, no,
Yep, those spikes
no, where?
right there.
Oh,
They did it again. I'd walk up and open up the treasure chest.
oh, there they are.
Yeah, I'll walk up, open up the treasure chest and grab it just so he doesn't accidentally break it by bashing the. Oh, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Now, of course, he doesn't get poisoned by it.
Of course not. Yeah,
That's
once,
true. The dwarven racial bonus against poison.
True. Yeah, once a chest is open, it doesn't matter if it is then broken.
Right.
So that was my idea.
I'm guessing neither of those are worth it.
No, there are a handful of lockstones that are, unless they change in Scholar, of course. I wouldn't be surprised if to troll the players, they completely redid which stones did what.
Oh yeah, almost certainly.
Well, Vex was saying I don't think armor is more viable in Dark Souls 1, but poise is. Well, see, the thing I'm thinking of stuff like how it's actually a fairly common accepted tactic. Just go ahead and wear the full Havel, wear the full stone armor, and just fight the Four Kings that way. You never try to roll. You never try to block with a crest shield or whatever. You just walk into the reduced damage range and just wail away at them, and count on the armor to carry you through.
Oh, there's something in here.
I'd go there first, in fact,
Wow.
because
Yay!
and that is the boss of this area, and he is the optional boss.
Huh.
Yeah, same here. I have been unspoilt on Bloodborne thus far, and
And he wants to keep it that way.
exactly. I'm looking forward to playing it.
We may end up grouping it, or we may end up me just pointing and laughing at him. But
Yeah, it's kind of funny. The original idea was to hand off the controller, with both of us playing Bloodborne fresh. And so far, I've played all the other Souls games, and Ben hasn't. But then we decided to kind of make this his introduction to it.
can I backstab these guys?
Yeah. You just got to be careful. Hey, buddy. You may want to, because they have some useful stuff, you may want to put on the covetous gold ring, maybe.
Is he looking mine?
That is a trap. That is not a real Gurm.
What?
Uh
That's not a Gurm at all.
huh.
It's not even a petrified Gurm?
It was all a ruse.
Wow. I can't even destroy it.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, the idea is, and I'll explain to it whenever you meet the boss here. Yeah, I believe the center one is the one you want to open of those.
This one?
Yeah, because I think the central one opens up the bottom panel, which is all you need to get in.
Bottom panel.
Dark Souls are coming relatively soon. 5 months doesn't feel like soon.
Can he not get through here?
Nope. You can still attack through it through the wonders of clipping, but every time I say that, it makes me want to make a reference to Microsoft Clippy. Looks like you're trying to crush an adventure with your halberd. Would you like help?
Here we go. Yay. He got me a...
Ooh.
I probably can't wield it.
Yeah, you don't want the strength for it, but...
Let's find out.
Yeah, I believe the Mastodon weapons are the strength-based ones. Yep.
Yeah, 26.
Granted, you only need a 13 to do that, but you don't have the strength to really take advantage of the scaling.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, even if I did use it, it wouldn't actually be much of a benefit, especially when compared to my hide spear.
Right.
Okay, so that guy is facing me, I think.
That is a real Gurm, yes, and
no, I think he's looking away.
Yeah, he is.
Fantastic.
Oh, he's one of those dual wielders with the throwing great axes.
I'm sorry.
Which is hilarious.
I do actually feel kind of bad about that.
Oh.
You can't juke your hammer that way. Whee! Oh, I won't keep moving anymore. That's a shame.
That was great.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice if there was something in the Havoc physics to actually factor in the weight of things, so you don't just have like stuff spinning around like tops.
Is there actually treasure ahead, or is that a lie?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever opened that one.
Oh, that's
I mean, Lockstone. Well, yeah, you might as well.
I know we've gotten at least one in here.
Vex asked if Dark Souls 2 isn't the same in the two-handing calculation. No, it is not. As in fact, you get to apply double your strength.
Hey, it's going to be the first time I fight one of these guys legit. And by that I mean just poking him a couple of times.
Wait a minute.
That looks like a mimic.
That looks... Well, maybe. Bash it. Nope.
Huh.
It might still be trapped, but it's not a mimic. Yep. There should be a mimic in this level. Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing it, and then I'll be lulled to a full sense of security and then get eaten.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
It's kind of like the necromorphs in Dead Space. It's like, I keep waiting for it, it doesn't happen, I relax, and all of a sudden...
Yeah, the next time you go to the store, that's one of the 2 ambush points. There's one other one I know for sure. I wouldn't do that one, yeah.
I'm trying to... Not
yep,
here.
Yep. There's another one I know for sure gives you a twinkly and stuff.
Okay. So I should encourage people to leave helpful tips.
Right, yeah.
Just wish I could write it down.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You could in a dark...
Hey, there's another Mastodon one.
Yeah, well, the rest of the bonfire. It's the same one.
Oh, yeah.
When you... in Dark Souls 1, you could...
I just looped all the way around, didn't I?
Yep.
Okay.
In Dark Souls 1, you could rate up and rate down, but the problem is that everybody would only see it as the total aggregate rating, and you actually had to use a seek guidance spell to see which was which.
Let's see, there's nothing else around here, right?
If you go all the way back around to where you were, so basically look left, don't actually go that way, but just look. Left, down. Yeah, see that glowy right in the middle of the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to drop down from up above where you were to get it.
Huh.
So you might as well do that when you're done here.
Do you know what it is?
Not off the top of my head.
Let's see. I think this is a new area.
No, that's where you were.
It is?
Yep. You made
That's right, there's the ladder.
Yep, you have made a full circuit.
Might as well take this guy down while I'm at it.
Yep, another chance to find more stuff. But yeah, the Gearm have their entire set. The weapon they use and
Their shield, I would imagine.
yeah, and I believe raw stones or faint stones, something like that. So yeah, they're kind of a equipment bonanza. You can't get back up once you drop down, so I do that last.
Well, I don't think there's anything else I can do besides fight the boss.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Well, fair enough, I guess.
If you're worried about your souls, you might go spend them first.
Yeah, I think I will.
Mm.
Because 40,000 is a fair bit.
And this guy can be kind of rough.
Right.
Basically, he tends to be easy or really easy or really hard, depending on your equipment and how good you are at fighting that kind of enemy. But I think you'll do fine. But some people just have a lot of trouble with
Right.
him. And if any of you folks want to are playing along, I know that Souls Fan was too high soul memory, but if anyone wants to do some rat stuff, we can be open. We can try that.
Let's see. Oh, might as well.
Yeah, that is you're riding it. Oh, we have a slab.
There we go. I think that means it's fully maxed out, right?
Yes, exactly, Pyre. That's how I did it. You mentioned a fire tempest. Yep. Just kind of as the enemies are coming toward you, just go ahead and hit it and get them all as they reach you.
Oh,
and,
is this the rat boss?
yeah, this is the rat.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can buy chunks from.
I feel like I should be reinforcing our armor. And
Yeah.
yet, I'm pretty sure that isn't actually going to be a worthwhile investment.
If once you find stuff you really like and you plan on wearing a lot, like the robes and stuff like that, it does pay because you might as well, you know.
Actually, I should probably buy some more arrows, too.
True, true. I wouldn't buy too many now because you can buy some elemental arrows from Ornifex that's just coming up. You did say your home was just right down the way.
I guess I'll just buy,
Really?
Ah.
Pyre says Artorias is vulnerable to Fire Tempest. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have figured he wouldn't have time to cast it.
Okay. Let's level up.
And isn't Dark Souls 1 fixed so that enemies can only take damage from one hit of a spell like Grave Sword or Fire Tempest? You know, Demon Souls, all of them could hit on their own, and I think when I haven't uploaded it yet, but on my Spellblade run of Demon Souls, I kill the.
I'm thinking one dex and one endurance.
Sure, yeah. I kill the Leechmonger in one Fire Tempest or Firestorm.
Oh, and then I might as well upgrade our Estus Flask, too.
Yeah, and before you go, I would go ahead and pop one little soul.
It was burn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and pop one little soul because you're really close to another level, so you might as well.
Okay.
Like 100 souls away. They can't
Some
take multiple
force.
hits from a firestorm. Well, now, I did not know that.
This.
I don't think a fading soul will quite do it.
Yeah, I'll just use one of these.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, that's quite the jump, actually. I guess I must have used all the really little ones.
Yeah, probably.
Oh. The error seeks lost. Well, it'll still wipe me out, mostly.
Mhm. Another point of dex, I guess.
How much adaptability would we need to get another soul?
I would start doing attunement if we're going to.
Or attunement, rather.
Yeah, 90 is the next cutoff.
90?
What? Okay. You probably don't, it's been long enough. You probably don't remember. You see, the stat that you actually care about is the third column at the bottom, agility, where it goes from 88. 90 is the next cutoff.
Okay.
Basically, the increments of 5 is how your frames are controlled.
But that isn't actually going to increase it.
No. No, you'll
So how much more attunement would I need?
just not too many. I mean, the rate isn't as high as adaptability, but it's still good. I mean, I think the next cutoff for attunement is 25, and that'll get you another spell slot and another point of agility by then. So you can start doing that.
So yeah, I think another...
It'll help your casting speed too.
Yeah, I think getting another slot would be kind of helpful.
Yeah. Now I was trying to get into the miracles that cost too.
Right. So let's start working on it.
When Artorias does the big leap, the great leap forward, if you will, You roll underneath it and start casting Tempest. Thank you. I have not yet actually done the DLC for Dark Souls 1, so
Well, I'm
I
not going to
will.
need Magic Barrier here, right?
No. So I will certainly attempt that, see if I can.
Actually, I think I will go with Force, because that should knock a fair amount of them away.
It's worth a try. I've never tried it.
Ordeal's End.
Yes. I got to admit, you're thinking like me. I am proud.
I like to think that I'm thinking like me. Yeah, that is a question. It's like, if I think like you now, then how do I think usually? Dun, dun, dun.
No, I meant that you were kind of teasing me about trying to find uses for Force all the
Oh, yeah.
time.
Okay. Enter the Mist.
Yep.
I think this is one time where Force may be useful, but I am still very skeptical.
Right. Oh, it helps you can one-shot those guys. That's, wow, that's going to make this a lot easier.
I didn't even know that these were rats.
Uh-huh. Well, they're more dogs than rats.
Oof. Yeah, that doesn't look like a rat to me.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they just reused a Sif's model for this. Nice. The tackles and stuff it does are actually pretty tough to dodge. Right at Taz using Fury Swipes. Super effective.
That it is, actually.
Yeah, you want to basically try fighting
Yeah,
it from
I'm trying to... Right now I'm just trying to get used to
Okay.
its tempo.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, part of the trick with him is that if you're actually trying to roll the swipes, you kind of have to alternate which way you're rolling because they last for so long.
Right.
Yeah, if you roll back or to the wrong side.
Go underneath it!
Yeah,
Underneath it is where I usually would never want to be.
Yeah, Sif, but not as good. Yeah.
That does kind of seem to be the case, yeah. Well, Force is definitely not going to help me here.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Maybe
Because when you said it was the rat, I thought it was like the rat swarm.
Oh,
boss.
you're Rat Vanguard. No,
Right.
this is the authority of the Royal Rat, not the
it's
Vanguards.
a different rat entirely.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I've got you.
Yes, everyone makes fun of the giant men in armor in Dark Souls 2, but nobody remembers the rats. I would actually do replenishment, because
None of you can see the baffled look that I just gave him. Replenishment? Really?
yeah,
Instead of what?
instead of emit force, it takes too long to cast.
Oh, I'll try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can just cast that before the fight begins.
Seriously, though, that was a baffled expression on my face. It's like,
So the main thing is that if he hits you once with the tackle or something like that, it'll probably not do enough to require you to heal it if you have a replenishment going. It actually heals you at a pretty good clip.
okay, so that actually takes a bit of while to cast,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. You don't want to use it in the fight unless you've got a grace period.
First things first.
You don't really have that many souls to worry about, but it doesn't hurt. What's interesting is that these rats are exactly the same as the normal enemies in the level, which means they give you souls and they drop Pharaoh's Lockstones.
Oof,
The
did not even
difference
see him coming.
the difference is that they never run out as long as you're fighting the authority. Our replenishment isn't healing much, is it?
Wow, that has a lot of horizontal clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Aha!
Yeah, exactly. If you can stick near his hind legs, that's the way to do it. You've also cottoned on to a pretty useful trick for dealing with. There's one simple trick to make authority better. It's like if you just take the shield and block the big tackle. It's like it will deplete your stamina, but it'll almost never crush through it. And then you'll recover by the same time he does, and it's basically a fighting game reset. But yeah, you can't just roll away from it. Yeah, there you go.
So this is enough like a fighting game, and I'm actually reasonably sure that I can take care of them.
Right.
Now that I've learned how to zone them.
Yeah.
Of course, I think ironically the spear may not be the best choice
Yeah,
here.
the fact that you can't safely lock on to him, and then you'll run the risk of missing because he bounces around a lot, and it's hard to free aim the spear. So yeah, maybe the rapier might be the way to go. Granted, you are doing plenty of damage when you do get hits in.
Right.
That did hit? No, it didn't count. There's a one thing in common with dogs: a big goofy grin with a tongue lolling out as it drips acid and tries to eat you.
Oof.
Yeah, my thought was you don't take as much damage in any individual hit to threaten you if you have a replenishment going. But then I forgot that replenishment doesn't actually heal very much in Dark Souls 2.
Oh, he traveled a lot further back on.
Yeah. It's kind of like Smoth's attack. The distance that he goes depends on
Arg!
depends on how depends on where you are when he attacks.
Right.
So yeah, if you don't start moving back immediately, you probably won't get away in time.
Right. But yeah, the spear is definitely not a good choice here.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating because I just upgraded it.
Right. Yeah, slash weapons are probably work the best, but
As we established last time, we don't
we
really
don't have any
good
ones. Yeah. We could try using the rapier.
You said that already.
Well, it's still true.
It's like I already know that you kind of want me to try that out.
Oh, I forgot we got one of those.
Oh, might work.
I bet he'll be vulnerable to bleed too.
Yeah, let's try this out.
Mm-hmm.
Ha! Attacking from the west doesn't work. Let's attack from the east. Yeah, replenishment just doesn't seem to do very well here.
No, yeah, it doesn't restore as much HP as I was thinking. It lasts for a long time, but that's nice. That's a lot of bleed they do, isn't it? Or toxic they do.
Oh gosh. Criminy.
Wow.
That was a lot of toxic.
So toxic and curse. I forgot about that. There's one when you can see the camera zoomed in on one of them like that, you can tell they're basically just a scaled down version.
I think that once again, I'll just have to ask you to kind of let me fiddle around with this on my
Sure,
own.
yeah.
I think I'm probably not even going to really worry about trying replenishment out.
I was just thinking, did you buy the replenishing the 2 scroll one?
Yes.
Which you may want to use that instead of.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Arg! Yeah, because fun with locking on.
Right.
And toxic. But mostly the locking on. Okay.
But since you won't have time to cast heal either, you might just want to start the fight with that.
Funny thing is that I think I might just.
Resplendent Life, that's it. Pyre, yeah, these guys, am I right? You're right.
I get the feeling Pyre was actually referring to the two of us.
Well, either way.
Regardless, I don't need to worry about my souls anymore, so there is that.
And yes, yeah, because this is one of the rat zones, you can't actually summon here either. The rats are a jealous and sinister lot.
Yeah, I took care of them just fine last time.
Right.
I'm trying to Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. What I need to start fixing. Okay.
Okay. I have faith in you. Yeah, it is kind of weird how, like, on your second try, you dealt with the rats and you almost you took them to half health, and then.
Well, it's again just the sort of thing where once I get off on the wrong foot, then I kind of just completely flail at everything.
Right.
So once again, I just need to kind of do my own thing and do what works for me.
Yeah. It may be worth trying to use a, if we have any like special arrows left.
That's the problem. This weapon doesn't have any vertical clearance worth a darn. So those slashes were actually going right over those things.
Ah,
That explains it.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to use that weapon.
Right.
Okay. So in that case, I'll have to use both because I need something to clear out those things because Toxic will absolutely demolish me in this fight.
Right. Well, what I was thinking about was if you do you have any like elemental arrows left? Probably not, but because if you can kill the rats in one hit, then that'll help. That'll help out. With the light and magic and the fire, those are fire would be better. You know that scales with our fire bonus.
I was actually planning on just not worrying about that at all, but
True. Actually, if you can lock on, you might try just opening up with a lightning spear because it'll be a guaranteed kill for sure.
right. Well, regardless, I've got it now, so I might as well at least try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have known what was going wrong pretty much immediately.
Yeah, I was starting to say is the in the rat warrens, you know, you cannot get help here. There we go. That'll help.
That was not what I wanted at all. Yeah, the delay is such because basically whenever I'm down, it will not let me switch from one weapon to two. It also will not let me switch out my weapon at all, which means that I'm basically struggling with both hands on a bow while I'm trying to get away from these guys. Which is, as you can see, not working tremendously well for me.
Right.
So,
you
yeah,
can't...
I need...
All right, let me get up and get some water then.
Yeah. For those of you who are in the chat, my big thought was very obviously anything that keeps me in a disadvantageous position in this fight is going to get me killed. Basically, it seems 9 times out of 10, which means that I need to absolutely make sure that I don't have anything going on. You can come on over. I need to make absolutely sure I don't have anything in my inventory or in my hands that could potentially, get me killed, because these things are really good at that. So instead, my thought is to do something like that. Oh wow, Lightning Spear doesn't even kill them. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, they must resist lightning. Getting out of a fat roll would work too.
Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, I think that switching to the katana at all was just a bum steer on my part.
Right.
Because it is not working at all against anything.
Maybe try.
I want to check your Steam message too.
Oh, that's probably just the guy wanting to play after we're done here. Remember, I can't do anything else on the monitor while we're playing.
Well, I'm at the bonfire.
Fair enough. One moment.
Yep.
Never mind.
See, the other thing is having anything like blinking off in the corner is going to distract me too. So.
Nag.
Well, it isn't nagging. It's just, something that I wanted to point out.
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
Okay. So one lightning spear does not kill them.
Right. Emit force might. Yeah, that's really annoying. Obviously, if you had Wrath of the Gods, it'd be absolutely amazing, but...
I'm trying to figure out what weird magic I did to kill all of those things without that guy spawning in.
Right.
Because that's what happened the first time, and the second time, which is why I did so well. Because if I can take those guys down individually, I'm fine.
Well, I know that...
I'm going to switch back to the bow.
Uh-huh.
Although my worry is how many fire arrow, like we can't even buy fire arrows right now.
Not
Right?
yet, no.
When can we?
The next area, actually.
Okay. In that case, I won't feel quite so bad for taking all of them. But
Yeah, as I was saying, it's just like some people just have a fairly easy time with this guy, and some it's just harder. And like you end up with both, which there you go.
he has such reach on that.
Yeah. And part of the problem is I don't know exactly how or what's weighing you down. I mean, you have definitely got a fast roll, fat roll.
I see. That's the thing. I don't think that actually is possible because I have the same loadout that I did earlier. So I'll check and save, but nothing changed on my end. I don't think.
I think the bow might be tipping you over.
I had the bow last time.
But not the first couple times. Oh, you're at 64, so you're not even fat rolling. Huh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like I am absolutely not fat rolling.
Yeah.
I played this game long enough to know that.
Weird. Okay.
Okay. Splendid life.
Yes.
Even if it really doesn't seem to be helping me out all that
Right.
much. Oh well. Still got 27. That's still a fair amount of shots to go around.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not good. Okay. Now, even if the other guy creams me like that, at least I am no longer having to worry about the underlings.
Right. It is definitely progress. Yeah, I'm guessing that the regeneration spells actually no that does heal about the same rate as life gems, maybe even a bit more. Not bad. 400 damage. A poke is not. Yeah. The last one was a bit of a jip, but you're halfway down already. You are doing it. Ooh. Yeah, the hitboxes are so weird on his tackle moves. And regen wore off as soon as you can. I'd recommend healing. Oh, this is a great time for it, actually. There, I was thinking the same thing. Don't let him get away with that. Nice.
And bad rat, no biscuit. Yeah, that's why I was, I couldn't tell you that at the time, but my thought entirely was once I got rid of the rats, I could take care of it. So all of your advice for fighting the big guy was kind of superfluous because that wasn't my problem.
Right.
Okay. Regardless, the rat is dead. Long live the rat.
Well, the Rat King, in fact. Yeah.
So now what do I do?
If you check the room, there are basically two exits from it. One of them will take you.
Besides that one.
Yeah. Well, one exit besides that one. But yeah, you want to go meet the Rat King. It should be across from where you entered at.
I think that's it there.
Yeah. Collision detection between non-convex triangle meshes is not efficient, so games try to avoid it at all costs with various hacks. That was a very verbose way of Pyre explaining how, hitboxes are hard.
Humans bring nothing but filth. Coming from a rat!
First one of mine rat burrows conquered. Rejoice.
This will not go unnoticed.
Wouldst thou, Hugh, permit me ask? Wilt, swearest thou, by the sweet-tempered sludge that laps at our
Sweet-tempered sludge that laps at our bosoms? Can I say yes later?
Yeah.
Get thee gone. Thou, I am not unkind, swearest that... Then we need consult.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's that.
Yep, that is it.
Okay.
You may as well drop down because I think that'll take you close to where um, the glowy is.
What glowy?
Oh no, that takes you back to the first part of the cove. So go the other way. You remember how I was pointing out that before the last thing you do before you leave is
It's over there.
Yeah. Okay, so you have to go the other way.
Right.
I didn't remember.
You'd think that there would be something up there that you could get to, but alas, you cannot.
Well, the way they work here, Pyrie explains, is an artist has manually placed a bunch of primitives, boxes, spheres, cylinders, to represent the collision box of the animation frame, because they don't quite match up with the real mesh throughout the animation. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Yeah, I didn't know.
No, it's not.
Oh no, I've actually read up on one of the blogs I've been following is a guy explaining how graphic stuff works, and he was like, if you've ever wondered why, especially in the PlayStation era, everything was triangles, that's why they're just easier for a computer to deal with, because you can make any other shape from those, and yeah, it makes sense that you would have you basically break down a complex animation the same way that an artist might start off with a bunch of circles and lines and then go from there.
Okay, it's down there. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. As you've been watching StarCraft tournament videos all day, doesn't mean some of us aren't getting an education.
That's right, that's not actually a game.
I'm sure some of us are, but not me. Everything is still triangles. Yes, that has not changed. Yep.
How dare he block? You're not allowed to do that.
Put in a giant shield to actually use.
Well, if I've learned one thing from those guys in the Girim, it's that nobody blocks with shields.
Right.
Makes me wonder what I'm doing wrong. Well, Rusted Mastodon.
Yeah, I love the Mastodon sets. There's a rusted one and
Is
it's pretty close.
Somewhere around here. Is that it?
Yeah, there we are. Looks like it connects to something too.
Huh. Weird.
You should be able to just roll down onto it. Yep.
Good.
Oh, that's not bad.
Gear max.
Well, yeah, it's good. It's a good weapon for strength. I actually used it quite a bit. My very first character,
Huh.
I had it going like a lot of strength and int and stuff. Kind of interesting. This connects to the. I guess it's just a little area a lot of people miss. You've been clicking away trying to get the lightning spear to lock on.
There we go. When I'm like literally right next to the guy.
Right. Nice. Yeah, even lightning melee weapons still get that bonus damage as long as the enemy is soaked.
I got his leggings.
And you see there's another one of those triangle doors. Speaking of triangles, to your right now, right there.
Yeah.
There is a hidden Pharaoh's contraption over there on the bottom. Yeah, that opens up that in one stone.
Okay. Again.
Yep. This one guards a unique weapon, or at least it did. A spray of rocks there. Yeah, I almost want to respect Turpin for strength, because I don't think I've ever gotten one of those Mastodon halberds to drop.
Oh, we do have, was it Lord Vessels?
Lord Vessels. Soul Vessels, yes.
It was something like that.
Mimic? No.
I don't think they would put one in a Santir Spear.
Yeah. I showed that one off before, and that is the weapon that you have to break before it's usable normally. But when you do, it works forever.
Where is it?
It should be in the spear section. I think that might be it to the right of the Hade Spear, actually. Oh, it's Pade's.
Yeah.
Keep going. Oh, there it is. It's a halberd right now.
Oh. It doesn't
Right.
scale at all.
Yeah. It is a halberd now, and then it becomes a spear when it's broken, I think.
Huh. Will it ever actually be usable by me?
Uh huh. Yep. You break it by just bashing Basically, you have to do 500 points worth of durability damage in one go. So obviously, rescuing a bonfire will repair it. So there's a couple different things people do to break it, and one of them is joining the Rat Covenant. So these enemies here aren't hostile to you, and you just keep attacking them until it works.
Huh. Well, I guess that would be one way of doing it.
But anyway, I wouldn't bother with it for now because it's really heavy and it would take time to break.
Well, fair enough, I guess.
So,
Hide Spear, ho!
oh,
Okay, so where are we going now?
now we're done. Now to get the rest of the wherever we are.
Oh. Guessing that probably isn't anything.
I don't know. There's no messages there. Good or bad. Check and see. Were you gonna check and see how many lockstones you have?
I was thinking about it, but
Yeah.
I don't think it really
There is
matters all that
one
much.
more lockstone that may be useful to us. I would. It's not that way.
Well, you can't berate me for not going the way you hadn't told me to go yet.
Go straight, like you were going back towards the ladder upstairs. So yeah, through there. Then you want to go up the ladder. And then don't forget the two rats. The bad rats. Ooh, they dropped something. That might be a Pharaoh's lockstone. Oh no, he didn't. That was the
That was
different
just a
message.
bloodstain.
Yeah. Yeah, they can drop lockstones. At least they could.
Oh, that'd be nice.
What people would do is basically not actually kill the rat authority, just so you could farm them for the rat minions.
Okay, which one?
Straight. And you got to kill those guys. And there should be. I think it's that lockstone right there on the path.
Boy. That's what I get for trying anything fancy. Yeah, that shield break never actually works.
Right.
Or guard break or whatever. Ah, well.
Yep.
I should switch from fire arrows back to the strong ones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
The iron arrows, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, from here, that's the way to the boss room. Yeah, from here you can just go. I believe it's right, and yeah, then go back to the first part of the upper level. That just goes the back way toward the Gurm. You just have to kill a couple of the other direction. Which, if they're gonna have their back to you, is gonna be easy. Their warrior helm.
Okay.
Yes, even without any
So which way?
straight, you can see your blood stain there.
Oh, so you're wanting me to get my bloodstain back first?
Well, it's that contraption right in the middle of the screen now. That's the one you want to use.
Drat.
They're wise to your games.
Maybe not.
Oh. Did it actually work is the question.
It doesn't look like.
Yep. How did that not work?
What
Me?
the? Arg!
That was pretty surreal.
There we go.
Those guys just stay open for so long. Yeah, that was a good plan. I guess it just didn't do. It just didn't actually push them.
Right.
Yeah, spikes tend to not be very threatening as far as traps go in this game. It's kind of annoying how they finally remembered how their shields work. Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I knew that those two tend to have some serious problems with that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the message probably does something useful there. Yeah, this one's actually good.
Then after this, I think I will check how many Pharaoh's Lockstones we've actually got.
Yeah.
Let's see. Which one are they?
Keep going. They look like weird cubes. One.
Well, better than none, I guess.
Yep.
So that opened a door down here.
Right below you, yeah. Well, actually, before you drop down, Check behind you now, a little to your left. Okay, just make. Yeah, just making sure.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where that Gurm went.
Yeah, it's probably. Huh? I don't know.
Hmm.
Weird. I mean, he's got to be there.
Yeah. So he definitely didn't die from the damage. Arg.
Okay, good dodge.
Okay. You dodged!
All right. You know, I thought you'd killed these guys, but I guess not.
Remember I died.
Oh, right, yeah. That did happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if he walked the route you opened to try to get back up to you. Oh, wait a minute. How much you want to bet?